Hello and welcome to the New Indian Express Online. I'm Bansi Kadapa. With me is Dr. Sundar. He is one of India's well-known nephrologists, and he was accused for a long period of time, for about 9 years, of infecting a patient with hepatitis C. It led to a harrowing battle in the courtrooms, and finally, the National Consumer Redressal Forum has exonerated Dr. Sundar and said all these charges are false. And so, Dr. Sundar, first of all, my first question to you. Uh, Take us back to 2014. What was your immediate reaction when you first learnt about the 94 crore allegation made against you?
Actually, this case goes to 2012 when the patient actually came to me for a transplant. And then we started dialysis. And when we did the screening for hepatitis C, it was negative at that point of time. A couple of days later, he got the test done somewhere outside and it came positive. And that's the time he accused us of infecting with hepatitis C infection. At that point also, we tried to convince him, and still we felt that he was convinced. But when this actual consumer forum case came for 94 crores, I was shattered because doctors, we don't make that sort of money to give. And
You don't make even a fraction of it.
Yes, and the insurance cover also was only up to 1 crore.
Okay.
So it was haunting us. But at the same time, we knew that we had not done anything wrong, and we could fight. Fortunately, I was working in a corporate hospital with a legal team. So it was not, I thought I could fight it out, but the amount was staggering. But the point is, I could sort of fathom, in the sense, the last 40 years of my career, this is not the first case I've been accused. I've been accused many times, and all the time we have come out of successfully. But the amount, 94 crores, when you heard that, it's quite shocking.
Okay. Now, what really kept you going through these 9 years of legal battle while continuing to serve patients daily?
I think this is a very important question that, at least for the youngsters, I must say, as long as you do your work with faith,
Diligence.
and also with trust, and you follow all the protocols, you will be safe. Nevertheless, we are all human beings. So in the back of the mind, it keeps haunting what will happen. But end of the day, medical profession to some extent is a calling. So we are there to serve the patients, and many of the patients actually support us in this cause. In fact, I'm part of a patient group of organization which I have formed called the Kidney Welfare Warrior Group, which are kidney patients. They all supported me in this cause. They said, we are with you, we will support you, come what may. And that's what keeps me going.
Wow. Now, can you walk us through the key pieces of evidence or arguments that ultimately led to your exoneration?
I think the most important thing in the modern era is that documentation. In fact, I keep telling my youngsters, even if you love your wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, document, that will save. So this is the important thing, where we had documents, where we had enough evidence to show that the dialysis was done in what is called following universal protocols, and the patient was dialyzed in a hepatitis C free machine, and all these evidence we could show it to the court and get the case solved. So the bottom line is documentation, and keep talking to your colleagues, get opinion, the legal team, all of them are important.
Okay. How did this experience affect your relationship with patients, colleagues, and the healthcare system as a whole?
See, initially, when you get this sort of thing, it's as a doctor who's been there in the field, and you feel that you're a good doctor, it shatters your confidence. You feel,
Did it shatter your confidence?
No, but because this is not the first case.
How much of your confidence was shattered?
I think in this case, it is because of the amount, it shattered me a lot. But still, I felt that end of the day, justice would come. And to be honest, I never got upset with any patient, because I still feel patients, actually, I must actually thank my patient because they trust us. In fact, I am not doing a service to the patient. They are doing
a service
by coming to me and trusting me. So more, I think I'll have to spend more time with the patients, and I think my trust should increase more. They should trust me more. I think that's the way I look at the whole episode.
Okay. What message would you give to the doctors who face similar allegations or are under investigation just now?
I would say continue to do your work, because that is your base. Because once you stop doing your work, that means you have done something wrong. When you have not done anything wrong, continue to do the work, because that is the strength. And keep all evidence straight, keep your mind cool, try to get a good legal team. And most of the time, if the evidence is good, the justice in our country is good, but it is delayed. Like here, it took 10 years for us to get the verdict. So in that period, if something we could do for the the justice to be delivered faster, it will be better in my opinion.
Okay. Do you believe the legal system in India protects doctors from false medical negligence claims adequately?
I don't think so. In fact, that is what is the worry we have now, because we look at all the judgments which are coming up. Many of the judgments are going by evidence and helping the doctors. But in my own case, the last 40 years, we had one case where we did nothing wrong, but for some reason, the Consumer Forum felt that we have done something wrong, and they made us pay money, which still haunts me because we have not done anything wrong. But the story here doesn't end, because now we are trained in medical colleges to consider every patient as a potential litigant. That's what the lawyers, medical legal say. To me, that is upsetting, because a patient is not a litigant. It's a divine relationship. I'm still an old timer. I feel patient cannot be considered as a litigant. But one way we can solve the problem is very simple. If a patient accuses a doctor of a hospital with some negligence, all we have to do is take the case sheet, colorblind, that is, the name of the doctor is removed, name of the patient is removed, send the 3 top experts in the country, like All India Institute, Vellore, PGI, and if out of 3, 2 of them say that there is some reason for negligence, then only the consumer court or the legal system should take for. That way, false cases could be removed and the legal system could be hastened. That is my head.
Okay. Looking ahead, how do you think this case will influence medical practice, patient trust, and legal accountability in our country?
I think this case, I'm glad that we are also doing the media thing, because this message to spread that there is hope in our justice system. We have to work with our legal system, with our patients. I think patients also should be part of that. Patients also should understand that doctors and patients, we are together. We are not enemies. We have to fight the disease which is the enemy. That's the point. So in this, if we fight together, I'm sure we can solve the problem, because trust is what is going off now. There is a trust deficit between doctor and patient, and trust is the essence of cure. As a senior doctor, I would want to get the trust back. That's what, by this message.
And thereby expedite healing. So there it is, Dr. Sundar explaining how he won this very harrowing, nearly decade-long legal battle with camera person Nagraj Kadekal. This is Bansi for the New Indian Express Online.